done with y'all's discussion.
Go ahead and tell us.
Steve, go ahead and say what's.
Okay, there are been motions made to do away with the police department. Not, and, contract with the sheriff department for law enforcement coverage in the city of Ridgely. Myself, I think it would be a disaster originally if we done that.
Amen.
Yes, amen, yes.
I also think that if that happened, it will be hard for anybody to get any homeowners insurance.
Yes.
Be hard
Yeah,
for the
right.
city to get insurance
Yep.
inside city limits on anything, and I absolutely think it's a disaster.
I agree.
We agree.
I don't think so. Well, we're, the people that's here, the police department has not been doing their job, and we need to change.
How have they not been doing their job?
That's what I'm saying, I see
Right.
it right now.
Hold up, hold up now, I said orderly, I'll give everybody time to speak, okay? Go ahead, man.
They, on the weekends, on 78 highway where we live, they are going 70, 60, 75 miles an hour all day long on the weekend, and nobody's there to do anything. They go through the red light during the week, they just drive through like it's not there for somebody. There's people that's already told me that that's happening, and I'm sure that is true. And we should, if we're gonna pay these people, some of them, they tell me $40,000 a year, I expect you to do your job. And that's my deal. And if you don't wanna do your job, with the sheriff's office is already here. And when there's a truck stop, my grandson had to roll off the road, the truck was done, last Friday. The sheriff and Joe was there, but the city never showed up there till they got the truck going. And I think that is their job, Steve.
Where was the truck stop at?
Riley Road, just come off of 78, part of it was sticking out in the highway. And the sheriff himself and Joe Vernon come there, and the city never showed up, cause I was there.
Do you think he could have been on the call, because there's only one officer on duty?
I don't know, why didn't he come there?
If he was on the call, he could have made that comment.
Okay, Brenda, I mean, you know, it's okay, just go ahead. I'm just saying that if we're gonna pay you this money, we expect you to, and speeders, I don't know anybody gets a ticket, you just drive like one.
I got a list from Perry right here of all the citations that they've written. There's 3 pages of it right here. Well, it shows that they are
You're
writing
not doing them
tickets.
on weekends where people are running 75 miles an hour. They're not, they have not wrote a ticket, I know, I have seen them up there on the highway. Anyway. You look
Very
there and
here.
see how many weekends they've caught him on.
You got anything to say on that, Perry?
Yeah, I wrote, several tickets on the weekend, 62 and a 40.
Steve,
I said at the end of Tatum Street, I don't see how he can see me from his house where I'm set up to run radar.
Well, I don't know about that, but I've had a deal where somebody goes home and stays home and they don't patrol and do the job. I've heard that also, so I don't like that.
Have you seen it?
No, I'm not gonna go into it.
You haven't seen it?
Because it's hearsay.
So it's hearsay. Inadmissible.
That's it.
Give facts.
Hey,
Anybody else?
When I brought up last month for the police department, it was not to defund the police, it was not to get rid of a police department. It was to make changes so we could have a better police department, and what it would take and what we had to do to help make it a better police department.
About matching their pay with the other departments in the county.
That's a little hard because we don't have the money.
That's another question, why not? We pay a lot of money for taxes where I live.
Yes.
I moved here from Las Vegas, pay as much money here in taxes than I do on a $500,000 home there. So I don't get it.
you pay more county taxes than you do city. Now, when you put your county and your city together, it is a lot of tax, but the majority of it is county.
Then why isn't the county kicking some money in for the police department? If my tax money is going to the county, why is it not funding the city where I live?
I missed that very same thing.
And now I'm gonna say real quick about not doing their job. I watched my husband, when he didn't have enough staff, wear his uniform, including his boots, for 48 hours straight, because he didn't have anybody else to take off. He probably got COVID because of the job, which passed it on to the rest of us. So don't sit here and say they're not doing their job. I watched him get, he's diabetic, I watched him get sore on his foot.
Okay,
Because-
you got your opinion, and I've got mine, you're free to say what you want to.
And unfortunately, so
I won't argue with you, I don't know that he did, if he did, well,
but
that's
it would
good.
do you no good, cause he did.
I have 3, 4, 5, 4 sheets of tickets they wrote. Each one of them has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 26 citations to each page, them two.
Okay.
And then this one here has, another 20, and this is the beginning of this month, and this, with this one, beginning this month already, they've written 12 tickets. The month of May, they have written 24 tickets. The month of April, they've written 17 tickets. The month of March, 4, and, 4 in January.
Last month, this month, we've been into this situation with the police department,
That's right.
so.
When you feel like your job's free, you do your job a little better. Cause from where my house is sitting, I'm not gonna name names, but I have sat and personally watched certain officers write tickets and do a good job, and call in officers and walk the street and looking for evidence. I have sat and watched other officers let them go and just give them warnings, okay? And I have lived there.
But they did
I-
stop them, is that correct?
Huh? They did stop them, but I have also called in myself and reported them and knew that they were breaking the law and seen them stop them and not give them a ticket because they're friends with them. Now, I don't care if it's your relative or if it's myself. If I break the law, write me a ticket. Because I would rather get a ticket and someone's life be saved than not get a ticket. Because there are people riding around here with their kids not in car seats. There are people riding golf carts letting their children that are 4, 3, drive their golf carts. And I sat there and witnessed this week almost a head-on collision because cars were running stop signs. And we've got some officers that don't even come down my street unless they're going home or coming back home. And I see the county sitting and watching Church Street and
Have you
Sand
seen county
Street
writing tickets?
more than I do. Huh? Yeah, I've seen one officer write tickets.
One officer.
One officer. And when he started writing tickets on night shift, he went to day shift. And the speeding and the corruption is right back at night.
All right.
I have one thing,
Okay.
okay? Let's be realistic. We live in
Okay.
Lake County.
Okay.
We're small.
Mhm.
So, if we were to get away with the police department here, does that mean the county's gonna hire more policemen? Because from what I gather, they struggle with as many hands that they got on deck. How is regionally gonna be covered? Because we already have to wait. I mean, if you've ever had to call 911 with a child having an asthma attack that can't breathe, guess who gets there first? Usually the police officer will get there. I mean, I know most of them are trained CPR, and I've had to put my daughter in the car and take her to that, because the ambulance was coming back from Dyersburg. So, in a situation that you need some assistance, I don't see the county hiring any more officers to cover, and I don't see them flooding this area either. I mean, they're spread in.
Here's the problem nowadays.
I mean, we live in Lake County, we're not living where we have,
Joe Bunny,
Sir,
how many positions y'all have,
I mean, deputies,
positions you have open at the sheriff's department now?
sorry, I have none of them.
But you got one going to Tippville Police Department,
Yes.
am I correct? So
Yes.
you'll have an open,
Sir,
is that correct?
yes,
You got anybody to put in that position
I have somebody in mind, yes,
in mind?
yeah, he's committed.
Okay.
I just don't see the manpower able to cover, the county able to cover.
I would just say,
Joe,
They're not gonna do away with it.
how many
That's the
applications y'all have on hand up there?
I may have
They're
half
not
a
going to do
dozen,
away with it.
Huh?
maybe six at best.
6 at the most? Oh, so how many are certified applications?
That I have on hand, none.
None?
But they're not wanting to disband Ridgely Police Officer, right, Mr. Sharp?
Ma'am, you've already spoken, we'll let somebody else speak.
That's not the question, okay? If we're gonna turn it over to the sheriff's department, we're gonna pay the officers, they're gonna pay them at the rate they make in the sheriff's department, right? Or they gonna pay them at the rate, they gonna work for less and come to Tiptonville? If they're making the same there, if we can't afford to pay them to come here and be police, we can afford to pay our police the same money and put our own people here.
yes.
And we don't lose our identity as a city.
Absolutely.
And turn it over to the sheriff, because even though those men are wearing the Ridgely uniform, they work for the sheriff. And they answer to him, not these people up here.
They won't be wearing it.
And they won't be wearing a Ridgely uniform, they'll be wearing a sheriff's department.
Well,
And that's the problem.
even worse.
Next question.
I'm new to Ridgely. I've been here about 5 months. We only have 4 policemen here. That's it. 4?
Right now, we only have 3
Only we have
full-time. Normally, we
So
have
how do you
5,
expect them
but
to
it's hard,
cover,
but
be everywhere all the time? I mean, that's kind of like impossible. It's, I mean, I'm shocked that there's 3 policemen and y'all don't even wanna pay them.
that's correct. I agree with you, ma'am.
Ridgely needs police, yes.
I just have a couple questions. I'm not a citizen of Ridgely, but I'm a county commissioner and I represent the district. I've been listening, and so far, the only complaint I've heard, the reason we're wanting to change the police department is because they're not writing tickets.
They're not doing their
So
job.
is there I mean, writing tickets is part of being a cop. I've been a cop for a long time. It helps protect the roadways, keep the citizens safe traveling, but we also have violent crime, we have drugs.
Yes.
We have everything that needs to be, attention needs to be held to.
That's right.
And
Okay.
I'm blessed to work at a department that pays me well. I would love to still be working in Lake County where I started my career, but I had to do what I had to do for my family. These guys in Ridgely, I applied for the chief job several years ago. I was gonna take over a $20,000 pay cut to come here to be chief if I had got the job, and I was nothing but a patrolman at Ridgely. And it's 2021. It's not like it was in 1990. These guys are out here,
That's right.
there's serious crime happening.
Yes,
That's right.
very
Yeah.
dangerous.
In my opinion, you need to find avenues to invest in your police department, because if you give up your police department now, you're not gonna get it back. It's not coming back in 5 years saying,
That's right.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake, we need our police.
Destroy our
We're
city.
blessed to have a sheriff's office, Tiptonville officers. All through my years when my dad was sheriff, they were talking about this metro stuff. It sounds good on the front end, in my opinion. But the sheriff's office is stretched me, and just like Natalie said, they have a hard time even covering what's going on at the lake on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
You may not be proud of what your officers are doing, and that's something that needs to be addressed.
Exactly.
Not cutting the police department, that's something to address through leadership and the quality of officers you're hiring. Most importantly, paying those officers a decent salary so they're not living in poverty.
Absolutely. Yes.
You got people working at McDonald's making more than a police officer who's putting his life on the line to protect
And you
you.
know what, we've got great officers.
Yes, we do.
We do.
I can't speak on the ins and outs of what goes on with the department, but doing away with it and punting your problem to the sheriff's office is not the answer, in my opinion.
That's right.
If you have a problem with operations, let's address that through leadership. If, like I said, all I heard was tickets, I didn't hear anything else. If there's something
Right.
else, then we may have a problem, but I hadn't heard that yet.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it. Okay, ma'am.
Steve, I just wanna say that I, as a female, feel so much safer, with our police department.
Yep.
I feel like if I need something, I can call, and they're gonna be there. And that means so much peace of mind. And, you know, I don't understand, I would love to see, and of course, this is the first meeting I've ever been to, but I'd love to see, like, the budget, where do we spend our money? I mean, I don't understand, because the streets aren't fixed, the sidewalks aren't fixed. You know, the water plant wasn't in a grant, so, the water plant, redoing the water system, wasn't that from a grant?
It's already been.
Yeah, right, so.
That was a loan, not a grant. We're having to take that back.
But I just wanna say, Terry, and to your staff, Terry and all of them, Leonard and all, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it.
Yes, I'm new to Ridgely. I've been here a year. I come from New Mexico, where every day we have a shooting, death. We got drugs. We had cars being stolen. I come here, I've never felt so safe in my life because of these people.
Ma'am, the reason you moved here was the low crime rate, right?
Yes, it was.
Absolutely. That's definitely one of the reasons why we
And
moved.
I give these cops kudos. I live on the busiest intersection of Poplar and Church.
Yes, ma'am.
I never see a time that I do not see one of these cops going by, giving tickets, talking to young people.
Mm-hmm.
They're there. I've seen them pull in 12, 16 hours at a time. What do you expect from these men?
Thank you, ma'am, very much.
Give them kudos
Yes.
for what they're doing.
Give them a raise.
I'd like to say that I'm gonna address probably what they were talking about earlier. I've been a cop here for going on 32 years. I've never left the city of Ridgely since I've been a cop. I had my opportunities to go other places, but I didn't. And I'm not the best cop in the world, but there's others of being a cop, a lot of positions. You gotta make a lot of decisions. And I'm not the greatest thing in the world, cause I am getting lazy. I'll be the first one to admit it. I mean, 12-hour shifts killing me. I'm 70-year-old. Everybody in here knows me.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes a difference when you go on a domestic call, when you know people.
Yes.
That's the kind of cop, and everybody doesn't deserve a ticket when you pull them over. You could do more sometimes by warning somebody. Say, look, we're just trying to get people to stop, not run over each other. We got kids playing in this area. It's not all about writing a ticket. What about when you go to court, when you're off? They think about that? Where are they at when nighttime, when you're holding a person dying in your arm? Where are they at? They always see you as a coffee shop getting a cup of coffee. They don't see you when you're on these other calls.
Yep.
I know what I've been through.
Absolutely. Thank you, Terry.
Okay, I'm gonna let a couple more speak, and then we're gonna have to get on with the board meeting, Mr. Mason.
You'll have to sit in your seat, now also sit in this Alderman seat, in the city of Ridgely and County too. You know, policing has really changed, and I think that's one of the biggest things. Parents now call, I got an unruly child, or I got a child who goes to school. What happens? The officer has to go to that house and spend so much time. It goes back, so much of this to the parents, not the officer. And then, a question to, can I just say, Mark? Question, Mark, have you researched, Metro?
No.
Okay. I think we did.
When you say metro, are you talking about the full combination of governments or just the?
Have you looked at our
Police?
city charter
Yes.
as far as policing?
Yes.
Okay, according to our city charter, can we go Metro?
No, because Tiffindale has a deciding factor and they will not go.
That's right. Tiffindale would have to go along too. Before we could. Another thing, you know, I think I own, what, 9 houses in Ridgely, one office and, another lot. I checked my insurance carrier yesterday. Hey, my insurance, he said he didn't know if he could even get it written, but if he did, it would be so much higher than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So, you think about it, you think about the property that the city owns, if you were to be able to, which I don't think you can, turn it over to the sheriff's department, they hire 4 officers. Okay, where's the money for 4 cars gonna come from? He's not gonna do it right here. Okay, if legal, if we get sued, who's gonna get sued? Not the sheriff, the city of Richmond.
That's right.
And we'll have no liability insurance, is what the insurance man.
That's right, that's.
Yep, that's right.
That's right.
I think you need to do a complete study. And these people, like I said, an officer do a good job, but you can't run here, there, and yonder, and I got a kid in the street here, or just, it's not like it used to be, you dealt with things of importance, but not now. Should be important to the parents.
I'm just looking, our city police department budget is around $320,000. Tiptonville Police Department budget is over $500,000. The sheriff's department budget is over $1.5 million a year. What a lot of people don't understand and why they don't understand, I don't know. You pay county taxes. The sheriff's department is already here in this city. And it's their job to be in this city, just like they are anywhere else.
Yes.
Am I correct, Joe?
Yes, sir.
You pay more county taxes than you do city. And it's the sheriff's department's responsibility to patrol all Lake County, whether it's city or county. So you do see them down here. You sure do. So,
See one in here today.
so has that stopped anything? It has helped, I can say that, because we so short-handed. Them being here has helped. But it's their job to be in this city. It's their job to be up here on the highway, to be down 79, to be on the lake, to be in Tiptonville, north. It's their job to cover the whole county, and they do a good job of it.
Amen.
I got to give them that. They, their department does a great
Yep.
job. And we're very fortunate to have a sheriff's department like that.
But they can't be everywhere.
We're also very fortunate to have a police department like we have. We got 3 full-time police officers that's been working a year. And part of that year, or almost 2 years, part of that year we had two, working their tails off out here, trying to keep everybody in here safe.
Yes.
Yep.
These raises for the police department, no matter who you are, is not right, and that's just my opinion. And that's the way I look at it. I don't care if it's a mayor, if it's an alderman, or who. When you degrade somebody, and they're trying their best to protect you, it's not right.
That's right.
Now, it's up to this board to do what they wanna do on this. Okay? I'm against it. So, I wanna sell it tonight. Do I hear a motion to do away with the police department, or do I hear a motion to leave the police department as it is?
I make a motion, we leave the police department as is, and I think you're getting someone to come down and do some counseling.
I have already talked with MTS, David Moore, who is a police, person with MTS, who comes down and analyzes the police department and tell you what's wrong with it, and works with the police officers and all. And he and I are gonna meet 2 weeks from now. He goes on vacation next week. When he comes back, we're gonna meet with the police department, and he's gonna analyze our police department and help them with what they need. So I got a motion on the floor, on the table by Miss Brenda, to keep our police department as is.
Way to go,
Do I hear a
Brenda.
second? Second by Dennis.
Ooh.
Roll call,
Excuse me,
Rachel.
did I say something?
Yes.
My name is Joe Benio. I moved back here in 97. I've been here originally since 97. Never been to one of these meetings before. And I thought I'd come and see this because I think that eliminating the police department is not a good idea. I don't agree with her to leave it as it is. I think you ought to give the police department more money.
Absolutely.
More funding,
Yep.
more equipment.
A police dog.
We're gonna be out here patrolling the streets, God knows who's out there. This is an easy target. They find out that we only got 3 and we're not, well.
We do have applications, I mean, we are advertising for more, but I'm gonna tell you, police officers are hard to come by.
Well, yeah,
You know why?
No doubt.
You know why? They got families.
because people don't support them.
Take care of them.
I couldn't agree with you more. Okay,
Can I make one statement before the vote's taken?
well, Dan, I'll go one time, Dan.
All I wanna say is, I heard the motion, the police department needs to stay, but please make a commitment for a plan of action to address the salaries. If you pay the guys, they work better.
Yes.
Yes.
If you pay better, you get more quality officers.
That's right, absolutely. Completely agree.
Roll call, Miss Rachel.
Crittenden?
Yes.
Richardson?
Yes.
Henson?
Yes.
Moore?
Some more said no.
Sharp?
Oh, did I hear a yes out of Frankie? Wow.
Motion carried.
Some more was
Next
against
item,
it.
Thank you all, I appreciate it all.
Yes, thank you. And Frankie said they were not going to discuss this tonight. Funny how that worked, huh?
I don't think she's gonna speak tonight.
Did it pass or?